I tell you, these woke liberals are getting out of hand here. Shows U.S. athletes destroying liberal reporter who was woke, harassed them with anti-Trump questions. We love America, they told her to answer. But let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright, here we go. Ooh, it's cold as fuck.
Start off with the humble, the elegant watering can. In my opinion, every garden, no matter how large or small, you need a watering can because of the manual flexibility of it. I can come in, I've got some young seedlings in this bed here, and I can just quickly give them this little drink that maybe they're not going to be getting from an irrigation system. So I personally really like it for that reason.
What's up, guys? Spenny, the fever dream of wokeness that gripped and had a stranglehold on every single aspect of society. It was inescapable for years, from sports to Hollywood entertainment, politics and banking and fast food, and everything went woke. Light beer went woke. Bud Light went woke. That happened a couple years ago. They put Dylan Mulvaney on a can of Bud Light. That was the high watermark. And now it's all come collapsing down. Now, nobody wants to be woke, and everybody wants to reassert traditional masculinity, traditional Christendom. Here's going to be Fernando Mendoza. He just won Heisman Trophy in the national championship. He's going to be the #1 NFL draft pick. Constantly talks about his Catholic faith, constantly talks about Christianity, Jesus Christ, constantly talking about their faith are these Super Bowl champions like Harrison Butker, this guy who's kicked a couple of Super Bowl winning kicks. Here's the quarterback for the 49ers, #1 ranked golfer in the world, Scotty Scheffler. Sorry, don't follow sports very well. Please don't judge me, but it is what it is. I'm just a big fan of all these sports stars talking about their faith in Jesus Christ. This was inconceivable, frankly, a couple of years ago. Texans shoot quarterback C.J. Stroud. My favorite, without a shadow of a doubt, is the coach of the Boston Celtics, asked about meeting the royal family, Will and Kate.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph?
The Prince and Princess of Wales.
Oh, no, I did not. I'm only familiar with one royal family. I don't know too much about that one. Thank you.
And he's like, "Is that it? This is how you end a press conference." Yeah. What do you think about the royal family being there? Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, they're the only royal family. Ladies and gentlemen, this type of journalism is so repulsive, where reporters go up to these athletes who, more than ever, just want to play their stupid sport, right? And they go and they ask them politically charged questions. And people are just so over this, right? You've seen a return to the norm and the mean, where athletes don't want to talk politics. Even some really smart actors, like Jennifer Lawrence in Hollywood, she's saying, "I don't want to talk politics anymore. I'm done talking politics. I just want to be an actress. I just want to do escapism. That's what this is all about. I'm lucky enough to be in this profession, and I'm not going to go and piss off half or more of my fans or potential fans by getting divisively political." And there's some little twat reporter who's going viral for asking questions at the Australian Open to visibly uncomfortable tennis stars. These tennis stars, I don't follow the sport of tennis very well, but all of these stars are, really well ranked. Ranked #6 in the world, ranked #9 in the world, ranked #4 in the world, ranked #9 in the world. There you go. Ranked #3 in the world. They're pretty famous, right? And wealthy, and they got fans, and they kept getting asked, what do you think about Donald Trump? U.S. a year into the Trump administration, a lot of people are suffering. And, it's so brilliant. I love to see it. Every single one of them just shut the reporter down. Was just F off, bro. So listen to this question and answer here with American superstar Amanda Ansimova. Reporter, say something bad about America. Amanda, no. The future of American pride is strong. Listen to this.
Everything that's been happening. Hey Amanda, congratulations on the win. I've been asking a lot of the American players just how it feels to play under the American flag right now, and I'm curious how you feel.
Yeah, I mean, I was born in America, so I'm always proud to represent my country. And yeah, a lot of us are doing really well, and it's great to see a lot of great athletes on the women's side, on the men's side. So yeah, I feel like we're all doing a great job representing ourselves.
Sorry, do you mind if I call? Sure. Sorry, just to clarify a little, I mean,
Here we go.
sort of in the context
Hear the voice?
of last year of everything that's been happening in the U.S., does that complicate that feeling at all?
I don't think that's relevant.
Hey Amanda, well played.
Hey Amanda, congratulations on the win.
Perfect. It's a perfect answer. It's not relevant, you dumbass. And there's a whole series of these where the same reporter, the same lispy reporter, comes out and is like, here's Canadian journalist Owen Lewis, who's been running around the American Open bombarding tennis players with questions about American politics. His credentials should be revoked. It's always exactly who you think it is on these things. Here's Coco Gauff. Yeah, she's sitting here saying, oh yeah, life, it's hard being a black woman in this country. She's worth $35 million. Everybody just generally outright rejected this. And it's like, why are you asking these political questions? I don't really want to talk about politics. This is the expression. You shouldn't be allowed to go, frankly, into these environments and ask athletes.
Subject, but
listen to this.
the U.S. is a year into the second Trump administration now.
Listen to how
a lot of people are suffering, and
a lot of people are
how you're
suffering.
feeling about
The framing of this
things back
question.
home personally, and specifically what the mood is like in Florida.
Yeah, that's a tough question. I feel, I don't know. I don't like to kind of dabble too much
plays
into
tennis.
politics just because it's just not the space that I really want to say that much on. But yeah, I just hope that everybody can kind of at some point come together and work together as far as situations or whether it's political or not political in our country. I feel like, we have a big country where there's a lot of media attention on us too, and that's tough because things definitely make their way around the world. And even
So she's like, I don't want to answer this stupid political question, right? This guy keeps asking every single American player about if Donald Trump, about politics and Donald Trump. Like, look at the reactions to some of these guys.
Specifically.
Hi Taylor, congrats on the win. I'm asking all the American players this, and there's a lot happening back home in the U.S. and kind of has been for a lot of the last year, and I'm just kind of wondering how.
What a little rat.
I mean, I'm not sure what we're specifically talking about, but there is a lot going on in the U.S. and I don't know. I feel like whatever I say here is gonna get put in a headline, and it's gonna get taken out of context. So I'd really rather not do something that's gonna cause a big distraction for me in the middle of the tournament.
thank you guys.
These reporters that are trying to do this, this guy should have his credentials ripped off and lit on fire. He should be banned from ever asking a question at one of these events again. They're just trying. They're abusing their access to try and get an athlete to say something dumb or incendiary against Donald Trump. It's just political activism. It has nothing to do with sports journalism, and people are sick of it. Absolutely cracked up at the follow-up question. Oh, sorry. Let me clarify. I want you to talk about my politics fetish. Thanks. That's right. Why is this owned by the New York Times? Publication trying to make Americans bash their nation while abroad. This reporter is doing this to the American players. His voice is priceless. The Athletic should be ignored, pass it on. They should be banned. You don't hate the media enough. The Athletic should fire Owen Lewis. Canadian journalist has attempted to corner every American player to bash the United States. This is why The Athletic paying a reporter to show up at a tennis match and ask American players to be ashamed of their country. This is embarrassing and shameful. Popular opinion. Let's ask tennis questions to tennis players at a tennis tournament. This is really lame. His name is Owen Lewis, and he works for The Athletic. Famous. New York Times reporter, tries to get an American tennis player to bash the United States, and she destroyed him. Here's every time the American tennis player at the Australian Open was asked a political question by a liberal reporter trying to bait them into bashing America. Every player dismisses it, except for Coco Gauff. I'm so impressed, like Michelle Obama. None of these tennis media asked the U.S. players about how they felt about Joe Biden after he banned any overseas player that wasn't vaccinated. Weird, that. Strange. None of them asked any of the British players about Keir Starmer, right? You wouldn't ask any of the Ukrainian players about Zelensky, right? Yeah. Ex-American tennis stars rip reporter over questions. Enough of this. People are sick of it. People are sick of it.